What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I put out a video, and a lot has been going on with life. COVID and all that stuff's been happening. We've been chilling at home, not doing a lot. Really haven't done a whole lot on projects out in the shop, guys, so there's not a whole lot of content going on. I've also been working quite a bit and haven't felt like coming out here, to be honest. But I finally got some tools in. I finally decided to order myself a bandsaw, and this is something I've needed for a long time. Decided on a Grizzly 7x12. That gives me the ability to pretty much do everything I want. 5-inch exhaust and all that kind of stuff. So we got it kind of unboxed already. It comes in a big pallet box, bolted to the pallet and everything, and they do test the saw before they ship it to you. They sent me a little blank of a round stock they cut. So, take you over, check it out real quick. You can see on the pallet here where they had it bolted down to. Came in a big box and they just shipped it. I shipped it to work because we have forklifts and all that stuff there, but we're just out here messing around. It's been a few weeks since I got it. I ordered this on Black Friday, I believe. They're having a Christmas sale and stuff, so got it for a little bit off, or about the same price as the Harbor Freight version of this, but Grizzly's been better to deal with needing parts and stuff in our experience, so we'll try it out. We're gonna get her off the pallet and go from there. Well, guys, it's been a little bit here since I got you up to date on what we did with the saw. We threw the legs and stuff on real quick. It's not perfectly level yet. We threw the tank in real fast, all pretty easy. It only took about 20-30 minutes to set everything up and put the motor on. The directions are really easy to follow, very simple, and Grizzly lays it out in good detail for you, how to set everything, speed charts and everything like that. Well, guys, here's the saw all assembled. I've actually already made a cut with it, and it seems to cut pretty clean. Now, this is still using the factory tooth blade, and it's pretty aggressive. I have a different blade in the house, but I'm just gonna run this one for today, and we'll cut some of this exhaust. I gotta do a bunch of pie cuts for the exhaust work that I need to finish on the Fummins, but pretty easy to assemble. Has a really thorough manual to tell you what to do and what you gotta do to get it all assembled. Pretty nice little setup. I just wanted to show you guys real quick the manual on this and how detailed it really is. All this, everything, every information, safety, the assembly instructions, all that stuff, and I believe, yeah, cutting fluid recommendations, feed rates. It's got a whole troubleshooting procedure, assembly, how to adjust your blade guides, everything like that. Electrical diagrams. This is the important part. Parts schematics, guys, with part numbers. Maybe the Harbor Freight one has that. The Jet probably would. But this is absolutely awesome. And Grizzly has a whole division devoted to parts and repairing their machines, so they will absolutely help you find anything you need for any bandsaw you need. Alright, so this thing's got a 1-horse engine, 3 variable speeds set by where you put the belt on the gear. That's pretty standard on these. It's got your gearbox, runs the blade, a nice tensioner setup, pretty easy to read, self-explanatory to figure out where you got to tension the blade to. Ball bearing guides, blade cleaner, hydraulic assist drop. That's all stuff I wanted and looked for in a bandsaw. The framing's kind of chintzy a little bit. It's not the sturdiest thing out there, but it will work fine, and it does seem plenty stable. The bandsaw itself is all cast iron, so that's gonna hold up just fine. Yeah. Overall, it's a pretty good little unit. I think it'll work great. Alright, so I gotta do some exhaust work on the Fummins to finish up the tailpipe. So why not try out the bandsaw and put it through its paces a little bit while making some pie cuts for that. To adjust this is a 3/4. This one's 9/16. Both of these are 3/4 to adjust your vise angle, if you will. For the pie cuts we're doing, our cut angle is 9 degrees, so we're gonna move that to 9 degrees, get it all set up, and we'll start making some cuts and go from there. We'll see how she does. So check it out, guys. You got your little alignment right here so you can set your degrees of cut angle, and right now it's sitting right at 9. You look at my digital finder, 99.3, so it is dang close to being right on the money as far as that is, and some of that's probably me not quite having that dead on. So that looks really good. We're gonna make some cuts. Okay, so I took off the coolant line from here, and I filled it with water. Turned the switch on. We're just gonna make sure that works. You have to have it, the blade spinning and everything on for the coolant to get power. But I just want to make sure it works now, and then I'll deal with finding where my water soluble oil is at. So. Cool, looks like it works just fine, so we'll make sure to shut that off. There's not a safety feature for that, so if your water oil level gets too low or anything, it will not kick it off. If that switch is on and that switch is on, your pump's going to be trying to move fluid and you could burn the pump out. So just a warning there. Make sure you got this off if you're not using the coolant. Another one of the benefits to this saw, guys, that I was thinking about is its ability to go straight up. You can use it like a normal wood bandsaw if you needed to cut some aluminum or something like that in a kind of an intricate pattern, or just kind of a quick cut, and you wanted to do something like that, make a square box or something weird like that. It does give you a lot of added ability too, so kind of a bonus feature there. It does come with a repeater jig as well, as far as if you have certain lengths you need to cut. It comes with all that stuff to do it too. Well, guys, after making a dozen cuts or so on this bandsaw, it hasn't skipped a beat. No issues at all on it. Really like having my own bandsaw at home. That's going to be a game changer for me. I used to have to go use a buddy's saw or anything like that, or cut it by just like a slitter disc when I was cutting metal, building the Fummins, and that took a lot of time and was kind of inaccurate, kind of a pain. So this is going to be a game changer for me. Really like it overall. There's a couple things that I'll point out here in a second that I don't like and wish they could improve on, but there is quite a few things I really do like, and like above, like the jet at work. I prefer how this is set up, so I'll show you that real quick. Okay, one of the things I don't like about this saw is there's no handle on the front to lift it back up, and that's a pretty nitpicky little thing. I think a lot of people have the tendency to lift up on the tension rod, and that's not a great thing to do. For one, you can bump and loosen your blade tension or just cause extra wear stress on that rod. You just don't need to. You can pick up right here, but it would be nice to have a handle. I do not like how this is set up for the coolant, which is another small nitpicky thing. One air of this saw had an actual nice nozzle that you could aim, and I think I will take this apart and upgrade it. It's just pipe thread and compression fittings, so I'm going to change that around and fix it. I might come up with my own handle design for this. One thing the Jet had that this doesn't have was wheels on both sides, but looking at the framing, it looks the same style as the Jet other than the color. But the Jet also came with wheels up front, which it's got the hole for same style mounting as these, so I'll probably upgrade both the front and rear and put on better wheels. Yeah, I mean, that's the only things I really don't like. I do wish it had a safety for that coolant, but that's not a end of the world big deal either. One thing I do really like about this saw, and bigger bandsaws have an issue with it, our work bandsaw, the vise is mounted a lot farther back than this saw, probably almost 4 inches from the blade. So you have to have a large chunk of metal to actually get a grab on it to cut. And this one, I mean, here 1.5 inches, 2 inches, that's a lot closer. You can cut a much smaller piece of metal and have good hold on the jaw. So that I really do like. Overall, guys, I think this is going to be an absolute killer of a saw for me. And if you're interested in looking at a saw, I highly suggest looking at this saw if it's big enough for your needs. Overall, the quality is pretty good, especially for the price. I couldn't complain one bit about it. All the main parts that are really critical are cast iron, rock solid, hard parts. It does a really good job. No problems. I might run it through its paces for a few months even, and maybe do an update video and see how it's doing, if any of the parts have worn out in those few months or whatever. But for now, it's looking awesome. It's really nice to have one at the house, so hopefully this helped you guys make a little decision on something, and thanks for watching.